Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
Last 11 games, and there is a report today suggesting that discord has taken a foothold in the locker room. A story by The Athletic quoting anonymous Cavs players on the record as being frustrated with first-year head coach John Beilein. According to The Athletic, players have grown wary of Beilein's college coaching style. Now, Beilein is 66. He coached in college for 27 years, the last 12 for Michigan. His lead assistant is J.B. Bickerstaff, who has been a head coach himself in the NBA in Houston and Memphis. Perk, I was wondering if you think that college-style coaching can work in the NBA. I think we're going to get some of the quotes up here through the segment. Basically, the guys are saying that, hey, that college-style system isn't working for us, and that the player quotes are saying that they are now looking past Beilein to J.B. Bickerstaff for kind of instruction.
Well, I mean, from my sources, they brought in the coach to build culture. Mm-hmm. They have young guys. They have a 19-year-old. They have an 18-year-old.
That's what you have. When you have them young players, it will be difficulty. They brought him in there because, see, can he relate to the 18-year-old, the 19-year-old, like 17-year-old, 20-year-old? Just try to relate to him and see, can you get them going? They still have a lot of growing to do. Cleveland still don't know who they is as a team. They need one of those players to develop into something so they could be able to kick this team up a notch.
Sexes in Garland, and he's built culture. Now, one thing I can say about Beilein is that everywhere he went, he's changed the program. Mm-hmm. One thing that he has to adjust is college is different than the pros. It really is like a players' league. So, you know, as a coach, you have to kind of put your pride aside just a little bit and adjust to the players, you know, because now you have players that are making $20 to $30 million a year. And anyways, I mean, you know, I don't even know why this is so much of a story, because nobody expected the Cavs to do anything this year anyway, right? We expected.
I don't think that's on the marketing slogan. No one expected us to do much anyway,
It's a story because do you have control of your team? That's why it's a story. When you have young-minded, it's hard to speak to them sometimes. Especially now that they're making $20, $30 million, their mindset is different. They feel like they the guys. And it's all about if they gonna listen to him, if they gonna buy in to what he trying to bring here. He trying to bring a winning style here. Is they willing to listen to what he's saying? Because he is different. He's been coaching 27 years in college basketball. This is different. The pros is a lot different now.
I'm saying if we all picked the Cavs to like finish 29th in the league, we knew that they was going through a growing process. So but I have a problem with the unknown sources, anonymous sources. Like Doc Rivers always taught us, like, if you say something, put your name behind it and stand behind it. That's the only problem I have with this. And like for it to get out, players, no, put your name behind it. Say, be a man about it. Such and such said it, and that way you could clean it up, or the Cavs could do what they need to do and trade whoever it is that have a problem with the coach.
Look, change is uncomfortable, right? Like, we get new editors all the time, and everybody has their own way of doing things, and some people are...
Man, it's all about, when you change coach, it's a different system. Some coaches had different difficulty systems. His system probably like a college system. It just, when you fire these coaches and bring in a new system, it take a lot of players a long time to figure out that system, what he trying to bring here.
A little more oversight, and some people are a little less oversight. Some people want to know what you're doing every second of the day. Some people just let you do your thing and you call them when you need to call them. So I think that's what's happening here. You have a coach who's a college-style coach who has, all of a sudden you go from having like film sessions that are like the normal NBA length to like, oh, it's a 2-hour film session. Oh, we're here a lot longer. These practices are running a lot differently. And like, when you have grown men, especially veterans who've been in the league a little while, that doesn't always sit well. And so if you're winning, fine. but they're not.
They ain't winning. And your veteran players are frustrated. They looking like we already been in this league for years. Like we know what we need to do. They probably frustrated. When you ain't winning, true colors come out. And they frustrated.
Like they started off 4-5 and now they're 5-15.
Right. I mean, that's not act like they was winning last year either.
So all the stuff that grates on you, it's okay when you're winning.
Right.
But when you start really losing and the wheels are falling off, all that stuff that where he's trying to push you and you have longer film sessions. I mean, it reminds me a little bit when Mike Brown came and took over the Lakers for Phil Jackson. Okay, that was the lockout year, so he had to get all of his system in fast.
Right.
They missed all the training camp. You had to get right into the season. And a couple of times they would have really long practices. Like they literally, there was one player told me, this was funny, right? They played the Denver Nuggets one night, and then the next night is a back-to-back, so it's a home and away back-to-back. And they had a shoot-around the day in Denver. And
that's
the player,
not what you do in the NBA.
Right? And the player was like, we're literally playing the same team that we just played. And we had like a 2-hour shoot-around. And
As a team, you got to figure out what you have. You got to figure out identity. You got to know what you have in this team. They trying to build a backcourt like Portland backcourt. And Damian Lillard, CJ. That's how they try to do with Colin Sexton and Garland. They trying to establish that in Cleveland. But you know this team got to grow together before they know who they is.
Wasn't that, it was a timing thing. It was you're a new guy thing. You're not Phil. You're a different voice. And I think that's what's going on here is there's an adjustment period. The only question that really matters, though, the two questions. One, has he actually lost the team?
Right.
And two, what does management think? What does ownership think? Is he in any danger? If they have his back, then the players need to get on board.
Well, they do have his back. And I think, this is his first coaching job for the NBA. So he's learning also. So this is a learning experience for him also. So he could take this and also learn from it and say, you know what? I need to learn. I was coaching in college, and let me see ways that I could get better as an NBA coach. So the ownership in the front office supporting them 100%. So the players are the ones that have a problem. They got to deal with it.
And the question with rebuilds is always, are you...
It's rebuild. You got to know which player is you building around. Is you building around Colin Sexton and Garland? Or Kevin Love? Like, if you build around your young players and Colin Sexton and Garland, you got to find the right pieces to go around them to help them grow.
Building in the right way. Everyone knows it's a rebuild, right?
That's
So it's
right.
just, are you building with good materials? Are you using bricks? Are you using straw? Are you using lawn chairs? So, that's what I think people and players are trying to figure out here. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights,